Alright, so this is a new. I just realized I haven't ever drafted blue black before, so we'll see how it goes. I think we mulligan this. Yeah. Keep. And we get to scry. Oh, too strong. I was about to say, we'll keep basically anything. Waving Elemental is not one of those things. Look at this curve. Unless our opponent plays like a Cosmic Sentinel. Oh. Speaking of. Really glad we bought him that Wavewing Elemental. No blocks. Play your Nettle Drone. Oh, Vile Aggregate. That's worse for me. Oh, good. Didn't draw land. Had 4 draw steps plus a scry. We're just kind of resigning ourselves to get munched on by the Vile Aggregate a little bit. He's hungry. Yep. Ah, that's so tilting. No, I mean, what would be tilting is if we don't hit another land, so. Also, it appears that we were right not to be red, because somebody else has the higher power level red spells. Alright. Sweet. Got there. Alright, so far our adjusts have been good. We might end up double blocking the Vile Aggregate if my opponent does not cast a spell first, which is highly unlikely if we're being honest with each other. Which, as always, I feel like I can be. You guys are great. I mean, we've got a pretty strong, like, later game. Opponent's probably in the tank about what of ours to kill. We do have 2 X1s. Okay, our opponent decided that they weren't going to be able to block profitably, or attack profitably. So we drew what could possibly be the best draw in our deck for us right now, which is Tide Drifter. In that it prevents us from being murderfied. Or our creatures, anyway. Can also block Vile Aggregate pretty admirably. I wonder if our opponent top decked the Molten Nursery, because I feel like that would be the play before the Vile Aggregate. Especially since we had a Sledge Crawler and a Coral Helm Guide that could be just picked off. Right. Hitting that those big spells pretty admirably. And we have mana to pump our Sledge Crawler. And we're just hitting all of our opponent's action, so. Opponent's still not doing anything. Ooh. An attack. No blocks. Oh man, Wasteland Strangler, I like that card. Let's see. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Ooh. Woohoo. Cast with Awaken on this guy. Target this land. Maybe my opponent has a counter spell? No. Attacked with Tide Drifter too. Whatever. Meant to do that. Obviously. Wow, just getting infinite action. And now, unless my opponent has multiple blockers, Swarm Surge wins the game. Like, he can not Nettle Drone, Kozilek Sentinel, ping Coral Helm Guide. Can't kill the Mist Intruder, though. Not without, like, an actual dedicated spell like Processor Assault. So, that's exciting. Could also just, like, attack with everybody and see what happens. Except for the Tide Drifter. We won't attack with the Tide Drifter again. Excuse me. A bit of stretch there. Just like how few spells our opponent has drawn thus far. Yup. I'm F6'd, friend. What? Oh, they're killing Mist Intruder? Okay. Maybe they have like an outnumber, which would not make sense as well. Like, oh, Rolling Thunder. Okay. What if I cast Helmar Tidecaller, got back Clutch of Currents, and I attacked? My opponent would not die. Okay. Good to know. What if I played... No, my opponent would die because one of my creatures is flying. Okay. New plan. Let's see, so I bounce the aggregate. And they can't block my two biggest guys, which means that they're dead. Rolling Thunder is a good one. Yep, got there. think we run it back. Alright, again, stone cold bricked by frickin' Sentinel. But at least we can shake it off with pump spells, obviously. Damn it. Dominator Drone is a good draw. Because then one-of-ite creatures won't be bricked by the Sentinel. Except unless he plays an aggregate again. Which the deck seemed like a pretty good... So, nope, just a missing trigger. No blocks, friend? What? Okay. Outnumber? I'm gonna put my opponent on outnumber. So, yeah, I don't want to, like, waste my turn if my opponent's just gonna outnumber my Sludge Crawler in response to the pump. It might not be actually the thing, because they didn't use it at that turn, but... No blocks. Okay. Didn't want that island anyway. Wasteland Strangler. So I guess I'm attacking with both my guys. My opponent's like running through the list of combat tricks in their head. And just deciding to do nothing. Sweet. Get 2 ingests for the price of 1. Sweet. So we're just gonna try and tempo our opponent out. Like, Clutch of Currents kicked next turn. And then into, like, Wasteland Strangler, Swarm Surge or something. Or just Swarm Surge. What could we have had there, even? Let's check Gather. Rolling Thunder. Yeah, okay. Alright, so here what I'm doing is I'm actually just casting Wasteland Strangler, cashing it in on the Mist Intruder. This way we get the most out of our Swarm Surge. We're going to Clutch of Currents kick next turn and bounce their whatever big play they're doing. Adverse conditions. Aggressive. Like, that's super aggressive. They're not even ahead by that much. Okay. Yeah, okay. So I was about to say, ideally, we get a play that we can make that isn't Clutch of Currents, because we're not really in a great position to capitalize on it right now. Whereas now, we love this position, because if they play something big in the air, we can Wind Rider Patrol it. If they play like the Vestige of Emrakul that we still know that they're still in their hand, we can bounce it. and attack. So yeah, we're in a pretty good spot right now. Advanced. Format. Expansion. Battle. For Zendikar. And types. Instant. Add. Don't kill it. Altars Reap. Complete disregard. Multi-nursery. Ugh. I mean, it's fine, but kind of annoying. Grave birthing, horribly awry. Royal Mage's trick? Is that what they thought we were doing? Alright, this is probably going to the dome. Yeah, it is. I will not block. Alright, we're gonna cast with Awaken. Target here. Make this guy. We're gonna attack with everything. We're gonna deal 10 damage to my opponent. He's dead in the air next turn. Or he could just choose not to block, I suppose, but it seems wrong. Opponent probably correctly choosing to block the land. I probably should have bounced the more expensive card. Bottom that, and I'll top the removal spell. Because if my opponent just plays like a land and 3 sentinels, they can block my Windrider Patrol, and I'm never getting in. Or they can kill my Windrider Patrol, rather. Okay, my opponent just conceded. Sweet! Blue-black, surprisingly good. I'll see you in round 2.